Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm Combat Craig. What we're talking about here needs more cowbell. What does that mean? What's the reference? I'm going to be looking at a decision letter here, and we're going to be looking at higher level review versus supplemental claim. So there are no automatics. If your claim is denied, it's not an automatic higher level review. And it's not an automatic supplemental claim. And it's not an automatic lawyer up and go to the board. You have to look at what the decision letter is saying and give it more cowbell. I just got my cowbell, so I had to figure out a way to incorporate it into the video here. Again, what's that skit actually is probably the most important thing. So in this particular situation, we're just going to take a little look at it here. Service connection for mental disorder as secondary to the service-connected disability of tinnitus. So this is a mental health condition secondary to tinnitus. Logical, makes sense to me. Causes, I have tinnitus and I have a rating for depression. And I know they're connected, like the amount of stuff I do to tune out noise to deal with tinnitus, and I've kind of subconsciously been doing it because who are you going to complain about this stuff to, right? I know that's a factor mixed in. That's why you get one mental health rating. But back to this one. So a claimant may file a supplemental claim by submitting or identifying new and relevant evidence. That's what a supplemental claim is all about. New and relevant evidence. So if you're missing to establish service connection, you need a current diagnosis and a nexus. If they concede you have the diagnosis, then you're missing the nexus. Go buy one. Get one from somewhere. I just did a video about VA doctors are supposed to be doing this, which makes me laugh. If you really want one, hit up my med team, go to my website at combatcraig.com, join my boot camp there, and you can also reach out to my med team. They'll hook it up, or they'll tell you if they can hook it up. So in this part right here, we did not find a link between your medical condition and your military service, 38 CFR 3.303. That means no link is the nexus. The nexus is the link. The VA medical opinion found no link between your diagnosed medical condition and military service. This is the part you really want to pay attention to because you were sent to a C&P exam that the VA paid for. That's not good. That's a less cowbell. And their guy that they paid for said, yeah, there's no link. And you didn't have your own opinion, right? So it's just their word, their doctor, against you. Just didn't you didn't say anything. You didn't say the link. You didn't provide a nexus. So moving on, the VA examiner opined the claim condition is less likely than not. Likelihood, then they expound on that. Likelihood is less than approximately balanced or nearly equal. Approximately due to or the result of the veteran's service. God, that's a connected condition. That's a tongue twister. So you have 5 of them. These are nexus statements, and they're talking about the likelihood of your mental health condition over here being connected to your tinnitus over here. So it's is due to, more likely than not. So is due to is like 100% certainty. More likely than not, it's like 80, 75%. At least as likely as not, that's 50%. I know this verbiage is kind of weird, but moving on. Less likely than not, what he got, that's probably 30%. Your claim sunk. And then the C&P examiners very rarely say not due to. All I have to do is say less likely than not. So there's 5 of these statements. 3 of them are good, 2 of them are bad. You were denied your nexus, or your claim was denied due to your nexus not being convincing enough, and you didn't show up with your own nexus over here, right? Your mental health, you didn't get diagnosed by your own mental health provider, and have them write the Nexus link, which would have been something like, combat Craig's anxiety and depression is at least as likely as not caused by a service-connected tinnitus, or is more likely, even your own doctor doesn't need to go higher than 50%. Why 50%? 50% is a tie. Tie goes to the veteran. The veteran stated he has been experiencing depression and anxiety for the last several months. That's good. When you're filing a claim, you need to be talking about the last several months, not the last several decades. A current diagnosis is now. Now means like today, and go back a year at the greatest. You don't want to go past a year. Talk about what's going on now. So several months. That's good. During his exam, he made frequent references to difficulties he is experiencing at work. That's kind of overselling it a little bit. It is based on social and occupational impairment, but you don't need to oversell it. The frequent references probably, had that guy kind of looking at you. Based on timing and on the veteran's statements, it is opined that his mental disorder is more likely related to his current work environment. Records were not consistent with a connection to any service-connected condition. So when he was making references to work, I don't know if he was saying that he was sad at work, or he was like trying to say that his tinnitus made him sad or depressed, or like you're going there to sell this disability. I have depression. My tinnitus caused it. What's going on at work is irrelevant. How much does it affect your work? Deficiencies in most areas of your work and social life. You can give examples, but frequent statements definitely didn't help. Favorable findings identified in this decision. The claimed primary disability is service-connected. Service connection is established for the tinnitus. That's funny, they say for the tinnitus. So the favorable findings are, yep, you have tinnitus, and we don't believe anything you're saying on the mental health thing. So this veteran did a higher level review on this. So with a higher level review, if you have the Nexus and you know you have it, like you went out and paid for the Nexus, and then you go up against their guy, and the VA rater can make sense of it or ignored your medical evidence. Whoops, sorry, guy. Tap, tap. That might be a higher level review if you have it and you can see it. If you're in this situation where you didn't get your own doctor up front and all you're doing is relying on their doctor, you don't have it. That's a supplemental claim, most likely. Everything's a little bit different, depends on how quickly you want this to go down. This is a high value claim. This one is definitely at the top of claims I would file. More cowbell. I wonder how much that's going to blow out the audio. All right, this is good. This is the 70% rating stacked on top of a 10. This is how you get paid for tinnitus. Clean this up with a supplemental claim and get the medical evidence. If you want to learn more about the VA claims process, what's going on in my head, which is dangerous, but useful, check out my boot camp at combatcraig.com, and medical evidence is definitely missing here. Check out my med team. They can help you with it. I'll see you guys in the next video.